Revelation 1858. From the 22nd of March 1941. Powerful help through light beings and humans. People's spiritual state requires active help from the beings of light as well as from earthly people who have attained a certain spiritual maturity and are now able to help their fellow human beings in their adversity. The commitment of their whole person is necessary for this. But if he recognizes the danger his fellow human being is in, he is also prepared to make every sacrifice, provided he himself is in love, which is the prerequisite for a degree of spiritual maturity in which he can redeem himself. The beings of light are likewise concerned for earthly people and seek to bring every possible help in the form of earthly suffering, which is intended to make people think and turn their thoughts towards eternity. And thus every event which affects people painfully is to be regarded as a necessary aid to remedy the spiritual hardship. It is only a very small part which carries God in its heart, yet most people only smile at the mention of the divine name because they completely lack faith. As long as life is bearable for the human being, he does not think about spiritual problems. He is so fully occupied by earthly life that thoughts of God and his purpose of earthly life only arise very rarely and are also quickly rejected again, for they make him uncomfortable as long as earthly life still brings him fulfillment. But if fate intervenes in this life with a rough hand, then earthly enjoyment seems banal to him, his thoughts begin to wander in other regions. Suffering leads the human being closer to God, and therefore he cannot be spared it at a time when humanity is far from God. Where the influence of the beings of light is too small, where the human being is not heard by his fellow human beings, God tries to make people compliant through sorrow and suffering if he does not want them to perish but wants to protect them from eternal death. And humanity will still have to endure this. It will still see unspeakable suffering come upon earth, often seemingly unbearable and causing much pain, yet God's love decrees it so in order to help people's souls. God's truth knows the paths which lead to him, and nothing that happens is without meaning and purpose. Therefore, whatever may come, the human being must always know that sorrow and adversity, worry and torment are the only means to snatch endangered souls from ruin. For the struggle for the souls must not diminish, everything must be done to bring them help, and not an hour should be hesitated when it is a matter of helping the lost people. For time is pressing and God's hand will therefore intervene ever more noticeably so that people will find God in their adversity and their souls will not be lost. Amen.